we race. Perfect start from Werrell, who leads down into turn one. Schaufler, the Austrian, dives down the inside. We've lost one of the Ward Racing Tony karts into the grass backwards. And going out, it was Kaczynski. No, from the front of the grid, he has managed to do a complete 360 and rejoin Elliot Kaczynski in 3:36, position 36. He's dead last. What a disaster for the Swede, who was expected to fight for the lead. Lewis goes P1. They go down the back straight for the first time this 14-lap final, round 2 of the Supermaster Series. Schaufler, the Austrian, in P2. Schaufler, the Austrian, in P3. He's just been passed. The Kart Republic of Jacopo Martinezzi dives down the inside into La Foresteria, the Hotel Hairpin, and the Italian, position 2. Costoya just behind in 4th place, and then Filippo Sala, Slater, Salim Hernandez, Ramakers, Stepan Antonov, and Dries van Langendonk in position 10. Lewis Werrell, if he can get a bit of a gap, if the Forza Racing Esprit can pull away, we know it will come on strong later on in the race. They won't say which way he went. But at the moment, he's only got 0.2 of a second back to the Italian, Jacopo Martinezzi. That'll come down to 0 as he gives the slipstream down into the Hotel Hairpin. There's the 2 Ricky Flynn Motorsport teammates just behind. Alfie Slater, 3.27. Salim Hernandez, 3.28. Remember, the Colombian qualified 85th and dead last at Lonato. Fought back to finish on the podium. At the moment, the South American is in position 6. Still, Lewis does just lead as they go down into turn 4. But he's coming under pressure from Jacopo Martinezzi in the Kart Republic. Costoya in P3 goes by the Pink Panther, the Austrian for DPK Racing. Schaufler in P4. Sala in the Sodi Kart, the Italian in the French Sodi Kart, won the pre-final this morning. As we see, it looked to be Stepan Antonov running off the road. The Russian, that's effectively the end of his race. He was in position 9. He did win one of his heats on Friday, but he's now coming across the line in position 13. He's effectively out of it. Lewis has got the lead from Martinezzi, Costoya, Schaufler, Sala. Down the inside, and Costoya, vamos! The Spaniard into second. Schaufler follows him through. Nice move down the inside by Salim Hernandez. And he picks up the place as well from Thibaut Ramakers. Dries van Langendonk, Jack ahead of Zach, and then Little Lunita in position 12. This is lap 4 of 14. Lewis praying that behind him they start to fight, but Jacopo Martinezzi is staying with him. Costoria, I should say, Martinezzi in position 3. Ramakers down the inside of Schaufler. And the first of the RFM drivers goes through. Jacopo Martinezzi and Filippo Sala, the Italians, in 3rd and 4th. Martinezzi, last year, he won the first ever running of the WSK Mini Super Cup at La Conca. Was running in P2 earlier on. He's got Sala, his determined countryman, in the Sodi Kart just behind him. Lewis cannot shake the group. The gap is 0.19 of a second as Jack in P10 ahead of Zach and Luna. He set the fastest lap of the race. That Texan, who was fastest in his qualifying group with a 48.129 on Friday, trying to drag himself into the fight for the lead. Dries van Langendonk, Nicolas Schaufler just ahead. Sala down the inside, and the Italians trade positions into La Foresteria, into the Hotel Hairpin. And Filippo says, let's go, mate. And the Italians trade. Sala now up into 3rd place. Oh, more accurately, it was probably andiamo amico. Stanno scappando. Sala signals to Martinezzi, different teams. They're from the host nation here in Italy. And he's pulled away already from Martinezzi. Can he catch Costoya? The Sodi Kart Sigma with superb speed. Costoya in the Paralin. The Matchak Tune TM engine on the Esprit kart for Forza Racing. Lewis from Lincolnshire in P1. The gap 0.232 of a second. It will come down as they go down the back straight. 127 k's an hour. Incredibly, Stepan Antonov has dragged himself back into this battle despite being in the grass on the opening lap. We start the second half of the race. This is the start of lap 7 of 14, the OK Junior Final, round 2 of the WSK Supermaster Series, live from the first time at the Franciacorta circuit. Fastest driver on the circuit is Jack Iliff. He's in P9. The North American ahead of the South American Salim Hana Hernandez. Last year's WSK Open Cup champion for RFM. Of course, Alexander Bondarev winning the title in 2022 for Ricky Flynn's team, but it does not look like he'll repeat it in 2023. The Ukrainian in P12 ahead of the Glaswegian. Zach Drummond, Slater back to 14, Skulinov 15, ahead of Ditsiev, Lindblom, Peschel, and the round 1 winner, Alpak Soy. He won at Lonato with that brilliant drive. The Turk in position 19. Elliot Kaczynski, after being turned around on the opening corner of the opening lap, he is still circulating, but he's way down in 29th position. 2 places behind Tayem Sala, who stood on the podium in the season opening WSK Champions Cup, behind the driver who leads on your screen, Lewis Werrell. They haven't made an attack on him yet. Kostoya will get the slipstream. Downhill, down the back straight, looks over his right shoulder. 126.27 k's an hour. Kostoya down the inside. Lewis gets him back on the exit. What a move from the Englishman. That was just brilliant from Lewis Werrell. Takes him back. Does not want to follow. Wants to lead, does Lewis. Kostoya makes the move early. Was it too early? We're about to find out. Possibly so, because Sala up the inside and Kostoya withstands the attack. Around the outside goes Antonov, Martinez, Schaufler and Thibaut Ramakers. The Belgian for the Belgian VDK racing team may well come good towards the end of this race. This is lap 9 of 14. Lewis leads just from Kostoya. Again, looks over his shoulder, looks right, looks left. Look at Sala down the inside of the circuit. There's Martinez, still the Italians in 3rd and 4th. Nice move around the outside by Nicholas Schaufler. In fact, it was Ramakers on Schaufler. Down into turn 1, the gap 0.12 of a second. It's not even a kart length, it's not even the width of a nose cone. Now the front 2 starting to pull away. Kostoya has already made 1 move for the lead. It did not work. Lewis got him back on the exit. Kostoya and Werrell both driving TM karts. TM powered karts, but very different chassis. The OTK Express and the Paralin in 2nd place. Sala in the Sodi kart falls back to P4. Stepan Antonov, I told you early on he was out of it. May well have to eat my words, because that is the Russian. He's flying. What a recovery. Schaufler down the inside, the Pink Panther for DPK Racing. Well, he's still as quick as he ever was in 2022, despite racing in different colours for the new season, as Kostoya and Lewis Werrell leads. Lap 11 of 14. Kostoya needs to be precise making the move. Stefan Antonov is about to make a fool out of me. He was back in 11th place. He was off the road. He was in the grass. The Russian is coming. He's in P3. They come down the hill. He's reeling them in. Lewis Werrell will be praying that he makes a move on Kostoya that goes wrong. 1 kart off in the background. Track limits. Find some grass. Lewis looks over his left shoulder, looks right, goes into the middle of the circuit. And now it's a 3 kart fight for the lead. 3 laps, just under 4 kilometres to race. They come out of La Foresteria here at Franciacorta. Antonov with some horsepower. Boy, closes up on the back of Kostoya in 2nd place as Thibaut Ramakers takes Sala for P4. It's about to be a 4 kart fight. Hold on to your hats, folks. This is about to kick off big time. The dying stages of the junior final. Round 2 of the 2023 WSK Supermaster Series for the first time at Franciacorta. Antonov moves down the inside. Kostoya back to 3rd. Ramakers tries to make him. Don't discount Schaufler as well. What a race here this afternoon. Again, look at Lewis just staring at the Russian. Ramakers is out. Incredibly keeps it going. Contact between the Belgian and the Austrian as the Englishman does just hold on to the lead. 2 laps to go for Lewis. The order at the bottom of your screen changing every lap, changing every corner. It's changing before I finish this sentence because Schaufler down the inside, up into third, can't do it. Stepan Antonov on the outside, leaves the door open. Oh no, it all goes wrong for Stepan Antonov. Was trying to make a move for the lead on Lewis Werrell. He's back to P4. Kostoya back into second place. Last lap of the race next time round. Watch Lewis stare over his shoulder. Looks right, looks left. Just eyeballs the Spaniard. Puts the kart in the middle of the circuit. Schaufler says, if you don't pass him, I will. The Pink Panther goes P2. This is the last lap of the race. 1,301 metres to race. Watch him defend into turn one. Stepan Antonov still in P3. Schaufler in 2. Lewis Werrell was back to second place for all of about 10 metres halfway through the race. They touch further back in the pack. Sala around the outside. The Italian fighting for the podium. Can he win it? This is on. They race down the hill for the final time. Into turns 8, 9. Moves down the inside. No, it's gone wrong for Lewis. He's back to P2. This is going to be an incredible win for Stefan if he can hold on to it. Into La Foresteria, into the hotel hairpin for the final time. Lewis dives down the inside. The Russian holds him off. Schaufler around the outside. The Austrian there side by side up to the line. The checkered flag waves. Schaufler wins. What a race here this afternoon. The Pink Panther does it. Nicholas Schaufler takes an incredible victory in round 2 of the WSK Supermaster Series for the very first time at Franciacorta. Schaufler wins 0.075 of a second, Antonov second, and Lewis third. Whilst that was going on, Dries van Langentonk has come home P4. He took Sala on the last lap of the race. Zach in P6 from Salim Hernandez. Scott in position 10. Schaufler, the Austrian, wins for DPK Racing. Antonov P2 and Lewis after leading for the majority of the final. He's back, he took pole position. He is the Champions Cup champion. He finishes on the podium, but it's the third step here this afternoon. Schaufler with an incredible victory in round 2 of the WSK Supermaster Series for the very first time here at Franciacorta. He stood on the podium in P2 in the WSK Champions Cup, ahead of Tayem Saylor and behind Lewis Werrell, but here at Franciacorta, he takes revenge. Nicholas Schaufler, the Austrian for the Spanish DPK Racing team, wins round 2 of the WSK Supermaster Series. Stay with us on WSK.IT and Motorsport TV, the podium presentation in just a moment.